Hi yogis, welcome to Yoga with Josh. So today I wanted to talk about or focus on the breath. I know I talk about the breath in a lot of videos, but in this practice I want you to pick that as your intention. Use that as your focus, because a lot of times we forget to breathe. It's such a simple action that we do unconsciously, but in yoga it's the one time in your life I think you have to focus on the breath, and you need to bring that intention, bring that focus right inside of you. This helps you ground. It helps you find your feet. So in your practice and in your life, don't forget to breathe. Okay, let's get started. So starting in mountain pose. Sometimes mountain pose can be a little difficult at some points because you have to stand there. So what I want you to do is roll your shoulders forward, so towards the TV, and then push them up towards your ears, and allow them to just fall. Simple as that. Okay? So where your shoulders land, that's called your shoulder girdle. That's where they're supposed to be. A lot of times we are told in society that we have to, pull our shoulders back, pull back, pull back. That's just kind of an extreme point of view. Yeah, because we spend our lives like this on computers or on your phone. So you're trying to counteract that. But just find the natural place where your shoulders fall. That's where they need to be. Okay? And take a deep breath in. Good. Now, pay attention to your feet. Don't necessarily look at them. Keep watching the video. Just feel where they are in space. Feel them connected to the ground. Just feel that. Feel that space. Be in this moment. Be in this space with your feet. We kind of ignore our feet all the time. Our feet just are there. They walk us from all over the place. They walk us to where we need to go. They move us. So just be with your feet for a minute. Feel them pushing against your mat or pushing against the floor, whatever you have underneath you. Just feel that solidity underneath your feet. Feel that earth, feel that floor pushing back up into your feet, supporting you, holding you up. The earth, our home, is holding you up. She does it all day long. Just bring that consciousness there. And breathe. Good. Now pay attention to where your feet are in relation to where your hips are. So the way you kind of think about that is your ankles need to be below your hips. Okay? So a lot of times you could feel that. You can feel that there's an off balance. So I can feel a slight off balance, but not much. So I'm going to pull my feet in just a tiny, tiny bit. You'll hear in yoga classes a lot where they'll say place your feet depending on what kind of hips you have. So if you have female hips, then you would have a wider stance. Or if you have male hips, you'll have a closer stance. Okay? But in my practice and the way my body works, that doesn't necessarily work for me. I have to work really hard to keep my feet like this, which can be part of your practice, and that's fine if that works for you. Okay? But for this practice, just go where your hips are. So my hips are about right here. Okay? So my feet are a little bit apart. Okay? So again, just feel where your body is. Okay? Now bring your attention to your shoulders. Are your shoulders above your hips? Okay? Maybe they've shifted. I can tell mine have. From talking to you, I can see that my shoulders have actually come forward a little bit. So I'm going to draw them back and let them fall into that girdle again. Okay? So automatically I can feel the shifting in my back. So see how complicated this pose is? It's so tiny. It's so simple. It's something that we do all day long. But now we're building it. We're building it from the ground up. We're building the way your body stands. So So this is a simple practice you can do maybe while you're waiting for the bus or waiting for an elevator or whatever it is. A simple practice for you to be in the moment. Be with your body in this space, in this moment. I'm going to take a breath. Good. And inhale your right hand into the space. And exhale, you're going to tip over to your left side, allowing your left arm to just kind of glide down your body. If you need a little more support, bring your left hand to your hip and you can kind of give yourself a little more support. Okay, simple as that. And exhale, come back to mountain. Inhale the left hand into space. And gently glide over. Again, use your hand if you need support. Exhale, come down. Inhale, bring the hand up and tip over. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale the left hand into space. Exhale, tip it over. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale the arm up and tip over. Exhale, come down. Inhale the left arm up and tip over. And exhale, bring it down. Good. Next, all I want you to do is you're going to swing your arms back and forth, creating a twisting in your torso. So bring your attention into your core and into your side obliques, because that's what's going to cause this twisting motion that's going to happen in your body. All I want you to do is swing your arms. And feel your breath as you go across. As you feel this, you're going to feel your breath being pushed out of your body. So think about it this way. As you breathe in the center and exhale as you twist. And that may not be what's happening in your body. That's okay too. Just let your body do what it's doing. Maybe you take your arms wider so they go higher. Warming up the shoulders a little more. Have fun with it. Should be fun. Bring lots of play into yoga. Yoga becomes too serious all the time. Make it fun. All right, release that. Grab your right foot or right knee. You're going to draw it up towards your chest. Okay? So maybe you're here and you grab onto the inner thigh and you pull up. You can do that too. Just be trying to balance. You're seeing your left foot probably dance around a little bit in order to hold you up. That's good. That's all we want. Drop that foot down. Lift the left foot up. Feel that dancing in your right foot. Feel that movement. Release and let it down. Now, sun salutations. So come to the front of your mat. Inhale the arms up into the ceiling. Exhale to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Exhale. Plant those hands, and then inhale, straighten the knees, bring the back parallel to the floor, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Exhale, push your heart forward. Exhale, chaturanga. If you need to come down to your knees, do so. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Remember, there's always the option of going into baby cobra. I'll show that in the next one. So maybe you need to bicycle your feet a little bit in downward dog. Just warm up those hamstrings. And breathe. Bring your gaze to those thumbs. Step on up. Inhale, lift the body up, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, hands clear to the ceiling. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands or step back. Exhale, drop those knees if you need to. Chaturanga, slowly lower down, grazing the elbows with the ribs. Inhale, lift the chest up into baby cobra. Remember, no weight is in your hands, so lift up. Lift the hands off the ground so you remember. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Feel the pose. Breathe. Reconnect to that breathing. Feel your hands in the ground, rooting into the earth. Push through the hands, nice and strong. If you need to bend your knees, do so. Remember, just because your heels don't hit the ground doesn't mean anything. That's okay. You may get there, you may never get there, and that's okay. Bring your gaze to those thumbs. Step on up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands clear to the ceiling. Exhale, heart center. Alright, sun south B. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back as if you're sitting in a chair, going into chair pose. Hands come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into plank. Exhale, shift the heart forward, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the right foot into space. Exhale, draw it through, placing it next to the right thumb. Inhale, the hands up, warrior one. Exhale, plank the hands. Pull the front foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the left foot into space. Exhale, draw it through, placing it next to the left thumb. Warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands. Pull the left foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Reconnect to the breath. Feel it coming in and out of your lungs. Pick things off your mat. And breathe. Remember to push through the hands as if you're in a handstand. Bring your gaze to those thumbs. Step on up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to chair. And exhale to mountain. Alright, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Lifting the right foot into space. Exhale, draw it through, place it next to the right thumb. Really ground down into that foot, checking to make sure you've got your knee above your ankle. Beautiful. Turn your back foot about 45 degrees. Inhale the torso up. Spray the arms forward and backward. Warrior two. Pull the belly button to the spine. Just be here for a moment. And on an exhale, you're going to drop down, bring your elbow, your right elbow, to your right knee, just beyond your right knee. Inhale, the left hand, bringing the bicep towards the ear. And your gaze can be down at your feet, out to the side, or up in the air. Your choice. The goal is to make sure you have a nice straight line between your left hand and your left foot. And stretch. Release. Bring both hands to the floor. Turn that back foot onto the ball of your foot. Root down into the left hand and gently lift your right hand towards the ceiling. Twisted warrior. Breathe. Release the hand to the floor. Now from here, come up onto the tips of your fingers. Straighten that front knee. Turn your back foot so it's parallel to the back of your mat. Inhale, come all the way up, bringing the torso up. Arms come out to the side. Taking your left hip, you're going to pop it back towards your left foot and come on down. Arm comes up. You can come onto your ankle or make it to the floor. Up to you. Breathe. And cartwheel your hands down. Bend that front knee. Pull that foot back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Lift the left foot into space. Exhale, draw it through. Okay, checking that knee. Making sure it's above the ankle. 90-degree angle is what you're looking for. Turn the back foot about 45 degrees. Inhale. Warrior 2. Fix your shirt if you need to. I do constantly, as you probably have seen. And your gaze is jumping over that left finger. Breathe. Check that you can see your left big toe. Because what happens is this front knee, the bent knee, happens on the other side too, wants to do this. You don't want it to do that. So really engage your butt so it pulls it. And the way to check is, oh, can I see my big toe? Yes. Okay, we're good. Okay. Relax the shoulders down. Exhale, come into side. Bring the right bicep up by your right ear. Turn, bring your hands down to the mat. Turn that back foot onto the ball of your foot. Root down into the right hand into the floor. Send the left hand up into the air. Nice gentle twist. Twisted warrior is what I call this pose. Release that top hand down to the earth again. Straighten that front knee. Turn the back foot parallel to the mat. Inhale the torso up. Arms come out like a T. Pop that right hip out. And then reach down, triangle pose. Again, finding wherever you are today, whether you're here, try to avoid placing any tension on the knee, or here, wherever you are, it's perfect. You can also, if you have a block, place the block right here and place your hand down. And breathe. Just imagine that you're being smashed between two planes of glass. So trying to make yourself as flat as possible is the goal. And release. Bring your hands down to the mat. Pull down. Front foot back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Bring your gaze to those thumbs and step on up. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, hands clear to the ceiling. Exhale, out center. Alright, bring again to your front of your mat. So from here, I'm going to shift your weight over into your left foot. You're going to take your right foot and you can just make a kickstand. So pull your belly button into your spine, really tense up your abdominal muscles. That's what's going to keep you stable. Okay, going into tree pose. So again, hands on your hips. So you can stay in this kickstand position, that's fine. You can bring it to your ankle, bring it to your calf, or you can bring it up to your thigh. Avoid the knee at all costs. Okay. Another thing in this pose is find a position on the floor, not me on the camera. No. Find a position on the floor that isn't going to move. That's the goal here. As you can see that I'm wobbling as I'm trying to talk to you. Other than if I just look at the camera doesn't move, right? I also find a lot of balancing poses much easier off my mat, but that's just me. But that's something you can try. So imagine there's a string at the top of your head pulling you up. And release. Shake out left foot. Shifting all the weight onto the right again. Not again, the first time. Okay. So kickstand the left foot. Pulling those abdominals in. Okay. Bringing it to your ankle. Or bringing the left foot to your calf. Or all the way up to your thigh. You can bring your hands to your heart center. They can stay on your hips. Then come up in the air. There's so many options. I usually find this the easiest. There's something about putting your hands together that creates kind of a balance and a stableness. And release. Okay, shake out that right foot. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the right center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Shift your weight forward into plank. You can drop to your knees, that's always an option. But staying in plank, you're going to push the ground away from you. Okay, making sure. Gripping the ground with your fingers. Really grip. Pull the belly button in. Extending through the crown of your head. Breathe. Breathe. This is one of those poses where focusing on your breathing will help you get through it. And release the knees to the ground if they're not there already. Sit back. Bring your feet forward in front of you. All right. Inhale the arms up. And exhale. You're going to arch out forward, folding over your legs. If you want, you can bend your knees. Totally fine. Bend your knees. Another way to go into it is bend your knees nice and deeply. Place your chest on your thighs. And then reach around and hug. And then push your feet forward, going to where you feel comfortable. Okay? Because remember, I'm a freak. So I can do all these weird poses. Okay? But remember, it's not about reaching for the feet. That's not the goal. The goal is being where you are. Don't worry. You may get there. You may never get there. And that's okay. Right? It's all about being okay with where you are. And breathe. And release. And after here, you're taking it down to the ground. So bring your feet. I usually kind of gauge it. So my heels are right at the edge of the mat. So I know when I'm lying down, pretty much going to fit on the mat. Alright? So from here, bring your hands forward and then slowly tip back. You come all the way down to the ground. Nice and slow. And from here, bring your feet flat on the floor. Okay, so bring your feet about 3 inches from your bum. Simple as that. Okay. Arms at your sides. You're going to lift your pelvis up. Okay, so lift your hips off the ground, pushing through the heels of your feet, clenching your butt. And then, if this is good, beautiful, stay here. If you want more, you can always keep pushing and then work towards bringing your hands underneath you and interlace your fingers. And then going even further, you come up onto the shoulders and push, 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 push. And if wheel is in your practice, you could always add that in right here as well. And to get into wheel, all you would need to do is you would bring your hands to your ears, basically on the sides of your head, pushing through the feet and through the hands, you come up onto your head. And then pushing even harder, you come all the way up into an intense back bend. Remember, if you have done this pose before, cool, awesome. If you have not, go to a yoga class and practice it there, not with a video. Bring your head down to the mat. And then release. And come down. Good. Now from here, all I want you to do is bring your arms out like a T. And then you're going to lift your bum up over to the right side of your mat and drop your knees over to the left side of your mat. And breathe. Draw your knees up to the center again. Shift your butt over to your left side of your mat, dropping those knees over to your right side. out of your knees, back to the center. Shift your bum back to the center of your mat. Let your legs go long on the mat. Going into corpse pose. Remember, this is your version of corpse pose. So there are lots of variations. This is the traditional pose. Legs are about at the corners of your mat. Hands up towards the ceiling. If you want, this is not okay for your low back. You can always bend your knees. That's just fine. You can always open your knees up, put into Sukhasana legs. Or you can always go to your side in fetal position. That's totally fine too. Again, feel where your body needs to be. So everybody take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Fill your lungs all the way up. Fill. And then exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale all the way up. Exhale at the mouth and a sigh. Inhale all the way up. Come to the top of your breath, so your lungs are completely filled. Hold. Take a nice little sip of more of air. Inhale. And exhale at the mouth in a sigh. And it all out. And just let go of the control of your breath. And just be. Let your breath do what it needs to do. You're letting go of your practice. Allowing your body to relax into the earth. Letting go of your focus. Letting go of all control, all effort. And restore. The goal of this part of your practice is to restore. So you can stay here as long as you like. The video will just end and you can just be. So let yourself be. And in that being, remember how amazing you are. And practice a little gratitude for yourself for showing up on the mat today, for showing up with me. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day for yourself and choosing to pick my video to do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you again. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It really helps me out a ton.